Gracias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye. In a menudo style in direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button thing. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support. We're going up on this channel. It's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and very appreciative. So gracias. So yesterday I was asked a question, a good question, man. A very sensitive question, right? Sorry if you're sensitive, but that's just the way it is. But the question was this: where is the one place in Northern California that Nortenos and Upstate Southsiders catch each other slipping the most? You know, is there some fairy tale fucking land where everyone just goes and they catch you? And there is a place. There's a place, and I'm going to tell you a couple stories, man. A story I was involved in, and a story about a homeboy that he found his spot and he was just wiggling, right? He was putting in that work. So the place that everybody goes, north and south, to catch each other slipping, or not even catch each other slipping, but they get caught slipping at or lacking, that's how they say it nowadays, is the Segunda, the Pulga, the flea market, right? So in every city in Northern California, there's a flea market. And some are bigger than others. I know one of the biggest flea markets in Northern California is the Berryessa in San Jose, right? That flea market right there is so big, you could walk through that motherfucker all day long and still not see all of it. It's probably the world's biggest flea market. It's giant, right? And I remember as a kid going there with my father. He used to sell, my dad was a DJ, a house DJ, but that wasn't cutting it. So in between hurting people, prison, and, doing his DJ gigs, he'd be at the Pulga. And he'd take me as a kid to the Berryessa. And I distinctly remember selling hubcaps. I hustled some white guy for some hubcaps. I gave him 3 hubcaps and one that was all bent up and sold it to him for $10. I was balling. I went and bought me the fucking Transformer. They had the new ones that came out. They were the little ones. Anyways, so the flea market is the spot where North and South catch each other slipping. Now, I've seen videos on the internet at the Modesto flea market. And again, that's one of the flea markets that we'd go to. And we knew it was on, and I'm going to tell you why it's on. The one on Crow's Landing, the old school one. And the reason why it was on at that particular flea market was because there was a lot of Southsiders that would pull up there. You know, I ain't going to lie. Back in the days, a lot of them were flying under the radar. A lot of the Upstaters would go, and you wouldn't know, you couldn't tell the difference if they were Paisas or they were Southsiders. And sometimes you'd approach them like, hey, homie, where you from? And he'd say, ¿Por qué? Like he didn't, like, why? I don't... Michoacan, you know what I mean? Then he turned around and he had a big ass fucking 13 blasted on the back of his head. Like, damn, right? And he really was from Michoacan. He just was a sureño. That's just how that was. But it started to become a certain point in the early 90s, like in 89, 90, where Southsiders started to pull up deeper. They started to go head hunting and looking for Northerners at the Segunda, at the flea market, right? And I remember there was a couple times, man, that we got off. But the Modesto flea market was definitely one of the spots. Turlock, they had a little flea market. It cracked. And I can't speak for like Tulare County, all these different places. I never went to the flea markets out there. I'm just talking about the Central Valley from Merced to Stockton. It was popping, right? And that was a spot you can get got at. So I remember one time in the Merced flea market. Now, our flea market's small in my town, right? Not very big. You can walk around in about 5 minutes. But it's always popping. You know, the flea market's the spot to go get menudo, tacos. They got the taco trucks there. The paisas are trying to work you out of every fucking thing in your pocket. The Asians will take everything out of your pocket. It's just that spot. And it was funny because when we were young, going to the flea market was like an adventure. It was cool. We weren't even tripping off the gang shit. We were trying to steal shit. It's hard to steal from a flea market. Them autos look out for each other. But we would go and it was like, hey, if we seen chicks there, we knew that they would give it up quick because that's hey, you're buying eggplant. You want that, right? So we'd get there as the kids, our minds were on the chicks and everything. And then I remember my fucking, my flea market days didn't last that long because I ended up catching my case and going to fucking YA, right? But the homeboys continued that trend and they would go there all the time. And I talked to a couple homeboys on the phone when I was in YA. What'd you guys do this weekend? You already know, bro. We was at the flea market on Saturday. Man, there was a gang of chicks. I said, straight tiradas, huh? Yeah, you already know. So anyways, this particular time I remember we went. And I got out of YA, so I'm a little bit older now. I'm about 17 years old, almost 18 years old. Or no, I was 18. I had just had my birthday. It was right after I got out. And me and the homeboys pulled up. And now it was a different mentality. the homeboys are like, we gonna catch these suckers slipping, right? What happened, right? We're whopping. We're gonna catch these Southerners slipping because Southerners were starting to come. They peeked their head out like, what's happening, right? They weren't no suckers. And so we were walking through the flea market and it's small. And I remember that the homeboy wanted to go get some fucking sweaters. They sold sweaters cheaper. Now, the Modesto flea market is lit. They sell all the good clothes, right? But at the Merced one, you're going to get a sweatshirt that's going to have a medium sleeve and an extra large sleeve. And you're going to be walking like this, right? It's just how it is. But they're cheap. They're cheaper than going to places where you can get the pro clubs and all that. These were not the pro clubs. These were the semi-pro clubs. Like they're damn near there. They're damn near clubs, right? So we'd go there because they were cheap. You can get fucking 5 for $20. So as we're mobbing to this particular spot, everyone has the same idea. We see a vato and he's wearing a Dodger hat, right? And at first I didn't trip. One of the homeboys, the younger homeboys, he catch my attention. He was like, hey bro, you see that vato? And I said, which one? I'm not into looking at vatos, but where's he at? He said, that vato right there, bro, with that fine ass chick. I said, well, go knock her, fool. Who cares if she's with the dude, man? If you're a real player, man, you extract her. You know what I mean? Kind of like the bikers do with meth. You extract it, right? And I'm like, you titrate it. So I'm like, go over there and do your thing. And he's like, nah, bro, the fool she's with. And I look, and sure enough, I see 3 dots right here. Big ass puntos, like boom, boom, boom. That means dots for the non-Spanish speaking, right? I see 3 big ass dots, and I'm like, fuck, look, that's making my eyes water right now, just even thinking about it. And I was like, damn, bro, that fool's busting eyes. And he had a sick ass LA Dodger hat. And then all of a sudden, I see a little short vato come out the cuts. And he's wearing a big blue rosary. And he has a tank top on. And he has a big old suit right here. Like, these vatos were really out there. Man, it's 7:30 in the morning. Icy ass cold, bro. And you're just putting suit, right? So I see it. I'm like, oh, these fools are just, they don't even know, right? No, we didn't know. So this wasn't just 2 dudes and a fucking chick with a big ass, right? There was a lot more of them. They went thick, deep, because they already knew what time it was. So it was me and like 3 homeboys. They're young homeboys. They're like, I'm 18. They're like 16, 17. And I'm like, hey, bro, this is what's going to happen. I said, a couple of you guys are going to post up right here. Watch these motherfuckers. Me and the homeboy, we're going to go around. I'm going to flight them. I'm going to take flight. Now, they're like, all right, cool, shit. As soon as I take flight, we're on them. I said, just push the chick out of the way. Like, not hard, but just like, get out of the way, bitch. You know what I mean? I said, and we're just going to take flight. I said, I want that fucking, the little short one, bro. I'm trying to knock his head off. This was our mentality. We were gangbanging. Street gangbangers like, oh, hell no, these fools can't be at our flea market. This is our flea market. The Asians like, no, motherfucker, this is our flea market. Okay, well, you know what I mean? We'll let you have that today. So as me and the homeboys go walking, we go into the next aisle. We go like through the back. So you can go to the next aisle. This is where they park all the cars and shit. And as we're walking, the 2 homeboys are posted right there. They're ready. One of the little homeboys is short, stocky, like swole. He had just got out of YA himself. He was a beast, right? Hey, head knockers. Like, I knew that foot could throw down. So as we're walking, then I see it. Gang of vatos wearing Cowboys, Dodgers, all bald-headed, LA on the back of their heads. Oh, hell nah! Right? What do we have here? And so as we're walking, we're flamed up. As we're walking, I tell the homeboy, fuck, these fools got us, bro, right? Fuck it, we got to keep going straight. We can't turn around and be bitches. Let's just keep on going. The homeboy's like, I don't even know, bro. Fuck, the vatos are deep. I'm like, fuck these fools, man. Let's go, right? So as we're walking, one of them turns around. He's like, what's up, Pese? Where you from? I was like, Norte. He was like, fuck Norte. I was like, fuck you. He was like, no, fuck you. I said, no, fuck you and your old lady. Can I fuck her? And boom, that fool took flight on me. We start chunking him right there. We're getting mollywopped, bro. We're getting jumped by all kinds of Southerners. Even the Asians are jumping on us because they're mad because the Southerners were in the middle of a purchase and we fucked that up. So now the Asians are, motherfucker, you fucking my money, huh? Right? They're tripping. Man, I got drugged to every station. 1 minute I was over here by the jalapenos. The next minute I was getting drugged over there by the fake pocket knives. Next thing you know, I end up by a guy selling garbage pail kids. I don't know how it happened, but these guys were fucking me up. Meanwhile, the other 2 homeboys are over here tripping on these guys, and they're not realizing what's going on in the next aisle. Hey, there's a blue light special in aisle 9. That's it, right? Get over there. They must have heard something because they start to fucking just go up and like, fuck you, we're gonna get these guys. And I call him the big little homie, the little big homie. He just fucking flights that dude. Boom! But when he hits that dude's head hits his chick. Boom! Knocks her the fuck out. She's asleep right there. She ain't getting no leggings. Sorry, you're not getting no leggings, right? You need to get your hair did because the homeboy knocked your hair out of pocket. She fell out, right? It's not a laughing matter, but it's just a casualty of the game. That fool starts fucking chunking with the homeboy. The homeboy's putting dick beaters all over him, right? The little short dude with the Sul tattoo right here, him and the little homie are chunking him, right? Boom, it goes down. Well, there's another homeboy that's there with his family. That's the thing. There's a lot of families that pull up. Like, there's homies there that are active gang members, but they're always with their families. You know, their old lady and shit. They're trying to get their groceries at the flea market and shit. And the chicks are all hood rats with the sweats on, with their hair all up. Like, don't even, you promised me you weren't going to do this no more. The homeboy's like, fuck that. So like 3 or 4 homeboys come running out of everywhere. You know what I mean? All you see is strollers and baby mamas left behind. And now it's not even, but it's better. Right? You know what I mean? Now I'm getting fools pulled off me and the homeboys are, what's up, in it? Boom, 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 boom. They're chunking around. I see Mongolians, fishnet stockings, and all kinds of shit flying everywhere. It's going down. I remember that incident distinctly because security came, cops came, and me and the homeboys had to run. We ran all the way to, now trip out on this. We ran all the way, like if you go the back way, you could jump the fence, right? We hit the fence and we're over there like in GB's neighborhood, like Ghetto Boy area, right? And so bam, I'm there with like a couple homeboys that I didn't even pull up with. Like the homeboys that I pulled up with, only me and one of them, the one that we're chunking right there, we make it with a couple other homeboys that left their baby mamas over there buying fucking carrots and fucking asparagus. The other 2 homeboys, they're on your own, homie. Shit, Norte, that's it, stay over there. As we make it over, these Southsiders, some of them got arrested. Some of them got snatched up. Some of them made it to a car and they're circling the block looking for us. In our own motherfucking city, right? I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm already on the phone with homies like, hey, bro, Southerners are after us. They're like, bro, to what degree of fairy tale movie are you in, bro? Ain't no fucking Southsiders here. Ain't no fucking Italians in East LA. I'm like, no, for reals, bro. So the homies are like, hey, we're going to come through. Shit, it's going to take them a long time. By the time they get there, we're already going to be dead. So as we make it over, these fools pull up in the car. There's like 6 of them jump out. They got chains and bats like the movie Warriors, come out and play, eh? Shit. One of the homeboys that's there, he's a big dude. He's like, fuck it, homie, let's get it. We started chunking them, I ain't gonna lie. After the first one got dropped, boom! Them bottles all jumped in their car and got back to A-Town on that ass. They were like, fuck that. These Northerners got hands, right? I was in that motherfucker like, what's happening? Like I did something, right? So anyways, that was an incident that took place. So yeah, it does go down. It does go down at the flea markets, man. So let me tell you about the homeboy. So we had a homeboy, fucking psychopath. He was nuts. He liked to go pick fights on his own. He didn't like other homeboys to be involved in his business. He just liked to do his thing, right? He'd smoke a yak, which is like a cabbie or whatever you want to call it, right? We called them yaks. And he'd get on a good one first thing in the morning. And he'd throw on a hoodie, a beanie. He'd be like, hey, bro, I'm going to be back. And we already knew, like, oh, this fool's going to go get involved in some shenanigans. Fuck it, right? So every Saturday, we didn't go to the flea market every Saturday, but every Saturday he did, right? This fool would come back, knuckles all fat, sometimes little scars on him, little scratches and shit. We're like, what happened, bro? What happened? He's like, hey, bro, I caught a couple of them fools slipping. I fucking knocked them out right there by the fucking jalapenos, bro. Slept the motherfucker. I'm like, you're lying, bro. So one time I'm at the flea market. So, all right, time passes. Time passes. He's doing this all the time. We start believing him like this. He's fighting something. Either he's going fucking all cracked out, hitting a telephone pole, but this motherfucker's hands are all scarred up. So he's doing something. So it's like a year later. I'm with my baby's mom at the time. My first baby mom, we got our daughter newborn. Remember, I'm young. I'm like 19, right? And we're pushing. Boom. We're pushing through the flea market. And I ain't even on my gang shit. I'm just wearing whatever. You know, I was always on my gang shit, but not on my gang shit. Like, I'm trying to do the family thing. But if I see a homeboy in distress, Norteño down, then a Norteño's up. And I'm going to go handle it, right? So as we're walking, I see a Norteño down, man. And like 3 Southerners just stomping him. And I look and it's the homie from my neighborhood with the beanie on. And this motherfucker did that shit for a year straight. And my baby's mom looks at me. She grabs my arm and then she goes, go. She already knows, right? I said, thank you. I ran over there just to slide into a fucking samurai kick. Das, right? So I'm doing the offense, defense, trying to get him off me. Is the baby all right? They're selling formula over there. Get it. It's fucking cheap, right? You know, shit's all cheap at the flea market. I'm in the middle of a fight worried about formula because at that time, money was thin. That's just real life. So anyways, we handled our business. Come to find out, I tell the homie, get your motherfucking ass up. What's happening, bro? Hey, he's like, damn, bro. I be coming over here whipping their. I said, bro, do you come every Saturday to get an ass whipping? Do you DP yourself? Like, bro, you can't stop doing this shit. You know, there's motherfuckers that have moved on in their life. I got a baby mama, a newborn kid. Go kiss my kid or something. Say hi, right? Hey, this is uncle, get his ass whooped. See him? Yeah. And I'm like, bro, if you don't get out of here, man. He's like, these fucking vultures be coming deep. They think they can just post up. I said, there are always going to be a gang of Southsiders at the flea market. Look, in Northern California, I'm going to keep it real. Here's some knowledge you can't get in college. You guys can call it what you want, say what you want, be mad at me forever. I don't give a fuck. This is the truth and realness right here, right? There's always going to be a gang of Southsiders at the flea markets because guess what? They got a lot of paisa familia. So they be going, they be posting up. I seen a video on the internet one time, man, Modesto flea market, a gang of Northerners getting into it with the gang of Southsiders, right? It really be like that. It trips me out when people are like, oh, nah, man, them, you don't never see them fools. Them fools, they be hiding out. Like, shit. Every time I go to the flea market, I see a Sureño. I see more Southerners than I do Northerners. Well, in Modesto, you see more Northerners. But I'm just saying, I do see them. You know, it ain't no big thing. It just is what it is. Everyone's trying to get them at bowl of menudo. Con un pata de puerco. And no, without the hominy, because the hominy is the fake shit. Or you could eat it that way, too. But anyway, so, yeah, man, to answer that question, the flea market in Northern California is where it really goes down. Now, I trip out, right? Because I've been invited a couple times by my primos. I've been invited by some chicks to the Santa Fe swap meet. What is it? The swap meet? The Santa Fe Spring swap meet? The one where the 213 cholas are getting their Ugam Boogaman. They're doing their Brenton Wood. I hear that is like a peaceful place. Like, hey, everybody leave your paño at the door. Meaning, hey, right there, there's no, it's a zone where everyone could just get along and have a good time. There's familias, there's kids. And, you know, I would love to pull up one day, man, you know, and just do my thing because it's a beautiful thing. Flea markets, I love them. I love them because you can come up on shit cheap. You never know what you're going to find. I'm a treasure hunter. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm always looking for different tortas. You never know when you're going to find that right treasure. You understand me? So I love pulling up to spots like flea markets, the good food, good atmosphere. It's just always been my thing. But the gangs for the while in the 90s, 2000s ruined the shit. You know, we never thought about the children like, hey, there's kids there, people with their families, normal, regular fucking people. We should be like, well, that's what you get for taking your kids to the flea market. What the fuck are you guys doing up at 7:30 in the morning anyways at the flea market? So I was getting nothing here but drogueros, hubcaps, and gang members. You shouldn't be here, right? Well, I fucking need hubcaps. Well, sorry, you got 2 out of 3, and it ain't the third one. And that's just what it was. So, I mean, we went through a lot in Northern California. Now, in Southern California, I'm sure it's different. I'm sure there's probably treacherous because you have a lot of different barrios that go to different flea markets. And I'm sure there are probably bigger flea markets there. But that was a thing for a long time, man. The homeboys would be like, hey, at first it used to be like, you want to go to the flea market and look for chicks and go eat? Then it'd be like, hey, you want to go for the flea market and go hunt Southerners? Like, fuck it, let's go, right? And they had the same type of mentality. So one more story since we're here and we got time. There was a Southsider. His name was, he was from Planada, man. He was a little rapper. I forget his name, man. Hormiga is what they called him, right? Hormiga. And I'd been hearing about him. Like, I'd never seen him, but I'd been hearing like, hey, this fool puts in work. Like, he was NK all day. This fool was fucking smashing on homeboys and shit. Or he was pretty known through his rap music or whatever. But the young homeboys wanted him bad. I think he's dead now, man. Rest in peace to Hormiga from last I heard, right? But they really wanted him. Like, we got to catch this sucker slipping. And me, about that same time, I was on this fool named Tiny from Loft Bro's head. Like, I wanted him. Like, I wanted another Northerner. I was trying to catch his ass. Because we were doing that red on red for a little minute there. You know, so that was my thing. This motherfucker was disrespecting, talking about he was going to do all this and that. I was trying to catch up to him. Caught up to him a couple times. It didn't work out for him. But that's what I was trying to do. And so I remember it was me, Ricky, my primo, whooping. We went to the flea market. And I see this dude. He's with a kid. He's with his family, his chick. He's a Southsider. There's no denying it. The Vato looked like one. He ate, he bred, he slept. Southern shit, right? You could just tell. But I was like, hey, I was trying to keep Ricky like away from it. Like, hey, bro, look at the sweaters, the red sweaters. Oh, man, they're fucking cool. I bet it's got a red bottle. Get one, right? But I don't got money. Here, I got you. Because I knew if he's seen this dude, it was going to be on, right? Like, Ricky just attacks. Like, he don't even give a fuck. If you're wearing a Dodger hat in his vicinity, puro Yankees. Avato's a fucking different animal, a different kind of character. He just doesn't like Southsiders for whatever reason, right? I don't know if they got a hold of his, ripped every toenail he has off. I know he don't really mind bulldogs, even though they bit his ear off, but he still swears they're werewolves. So anyways, there's no denying it. This Vato's getting elote with his family, and the fucking paisa's taking forever to put the mayonesa on, right? But, I mean, them fucking corns are good. And I want a corn, too. So hurry up, Southside. Get the fuck out of the way so I get a corn. That's it, right? Now, at this time, I'm not active, so I'm not tripping. I'm more tripping off this Northerner dude that been talking shit about me, where I'm trying to catch him slipping. Like, fuck it. And Ricky's like, let's go get a corn. I want to get a corn, right? When he says that, he turns and he sees this dude. He's like, hey, that's that fucking Southern Hormiga. I said, how the fuck you know his name, bro? He's like, oh, we want to get him, right? I said, well, get him then. Fuck it then. I said, but he got his kid and his old lady, so let me go mac on his old lady and pull them away so you can get him. So I walk right up. And that fool's like, what the fuck's up? I said, he ain't no punk. This dude was down, right? Man, if you don't get your poop butt ass away from me, right? I tell his old lady, damn, what's up, right? Right in front of him. This fool's like, yeah, it's my chick, eh? Shit. Before he could finish saying check with the exclamation point, Ricky came out of the cuts like, whopping. No, whopping. It was whopping, right? That fool's like, what's up? He knew Ricky. He was like, what's up? Fuck, you're a fucking J-Cat, esse. Cuz! J-Cat that, right? Man, Ricky got to commencing to beating the holy dog shit out of this dude. But this motherfucker was chunking him, right? They were going heads up. Ricky, you lost that one. I'm just going to be honest, right? I didn't, though, because I grabbed the old lady's butt. She was down, too. She was wiggling in my hand. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm telling this kid, my name's Steele. My name's Steele. It's all good. Everything was good in the hood, man. True stories, right? Shit goes down at the flea market. So, for the question and the answer, where's the place where North and South probably has the most conflict? It's not in the calles. Vatos ain't out in the calles like that on the corners, hanging out on the block, shooting each other. Save that bullshit, right? It goes down like at places like the flea markets, like common areas where you're going to see everyone. And that's a fact. So with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Now remember, it's not to glorify the shit back in the days. It's to tell some funny stories. But at the same time, you ask a question. If I can, I'll answer it. That's just what it is. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people. Can we all just get along? Probably not. But fuck it, we could try. The gun.